What is going on, Digital Pigskin? Today we get to talk about Ladainian Tomlinson retiring a Charger, and it's official. I say it's official because we knew about this for a few days, but today was the day where everyone got to hug and smile and take pictures. First off, I don't have anything against Tomlinson, but I do not refer to him as LT or LT squared or LT2 because I was around when there was the real LT, and if you were, then chances are you don't refer to Tomlinson as LT either. But that does not mean he was not an incredibly gifted and rare player. He basically gave his absolute best years to a team while they rebuilt the entire time. And with free agency, that's a commendable thing. And even though it was while he was a Jet, which we'll discuss later, I can honestly say I gave my hard-earned money to watch him play in person. Now, with that said, everyone knows I'm a Colts fan, and that gives me an unbelievably weird, skewed view on Tomlinson's career. I remember him beating up the worst lackluster Raiders defense that has ever been put on the field twice a year for quite some time. And off the top of my head, I don't know how much of his gaudy stats came from the Raiders, but I guarantee you it was quite a bit. Now, also, being a Colts fan, I was open to my fair share of ridicule of Peyton Manning never winning a Super Bowl, never winning at Tennessee, always choking, never putting up numbers in the big game, all that stuff we heard for so long, which basically tainted my mind in thinking that any superstar is only a superstar if they play like a superstar in the playoffs, which is absolutely ridiculous. But that said, that's how I think about it, and Tomlinson really did not put up big numbers in the playoffs. In fact, what I remember most about him in the playoffs is how upset he was about Belichick and the Patriots unclassily doing the lights-out mocking of Sean Merriman, and let's be honest, that was not the first nor the last time the Patriots will ever do something unclassy, and the fact that he cried on the bench. Now, granted, I respect passion in football, but I want to see it on the field, not on your cheek. Now, Tomlinson is a Hall of Famer. It's really not even debatable. But his years with the Jets were pretty average, if not below average, if not something I did not expect to ever happen. And I really cannot forget about that. I mean, who is going to walk into Canton one day and see Tomlinson's bust and say, wow, what a great career, and how super was it that he got to retire with the Chargers? No one is going to say that. No one thinks that of these players. Signing to retire with a team is just like saying, listen, I know I overvalued myself, I made a mistake, can we just forget it happened? Does anybody not think Emmitt Smith retired a Cardinal? Or Jerry Rice? I mean, let's see. He retired a 49er, but am I supposed to forget about Seattle? Am I supposed to forget that he couldn't even make it through Broncos mini camp without fear of getting cut? And honestly, what about the productive years him and Rich Gannon had in Oakland? To me, the best part about this is A.J. Smith really had to either eat crow or allow a has-to-be national treasure for San Diego to get his way. You know, A.J. Smith ran some good players out of town, including Rodney Harrison, who did not return to sign a one-day contract to retire with the Chargers, and Michael Turner, who will probably retire as a Falcon, but then again, Harrison and Turner also left with some gas left in the tank. So part of me is glad that Smith showed some class, long overdue by the way, and let Tomlinson go down his own way, but the other part of me wishes that Tomlinson had hung it up when he did leave or found a way to make it work in San Diego, because honestly, his 2 years with the Jets did a whole lot more damage than they did good.